Have you ever woken up more tired than when you went to bed and thought, is this just how life is now? If you feel exhausted, numb, or like you're running on fumes, this isn't just getting older. This might be burnout. And today, we're going to talk about how to come back to life. Hi, I'm Kai. Welcome to episode 2 of our series, Breaking Through Life's Barriers. Overcoming obstacles to live your best life. In our first episode, we talked about fear of failure. Today, we're talking about something quieter, but just as dangerous. Burnout. That heavy, invisible fog that makes everything feel harder than it should. If you're a parent, a professional, a caregiver, or simply someone who has been strong for too long, this message is for you. Let me start with a story. There was a time in my life when every day looked the same. Wake up, tear-red. Check my phone before I even got out of bed. Rush through breakfast. If I ate at all. Unswear emails. Go to work. Push through the day like a machine. Come home drained. Numb out in front of a screen. Fall asleep late. Repeat. People kept telling me, you're doing great. You're so responsible. You're so strong. But inside, I felt empty. I wasn't excited. I wasn't present. I wasn't really living. I was just maintaining. I remember one night, standing in my kitchen, staring at the sink full of dishes. It was such a small thing, but I felt like crying. Not because the dishes were hard, but because I had nothing left. Not even for something that simple. That was the first time I whispered to myself, I think something is wrong. Burnout isn't just being tired. Tiredness can be fixed with a good night's sleep. Burnout is deeper. It's physical, emotional, and mental exhaustion that doesn't go away with one weekend off. It looks like this. You feel drained, even after resting. Things you used to enjoy feel like a chore. You start to disconnect from people you care about. You feel guilty for not being enough. You keep functioning, but without joy, without color, without energy. And here's the hardest part. Most people in burnout don't feel like they're allowed to stop. They tell themselves, I can't slow down. My family needs me. My team needs me. I don't have the luxury to rest. So they keep going until they're completely empty. Maybe that's you right now. The turning point in my life came with one simple question. I was sitting alone in my car after work, feeling numb, and I asked myself, if I continue living exactly like this for the next 5 years, who am I going to become? The answer scared me. I saw a version of myself that was bitter, disconnected, and exhausted. Someone who had given everything except to themselves. And I realized something important. No one was coming to rescue me from burnout. The world would keep asking. Work would keep demanding. People would keep needing. If I didn't choose to protect my energy, nobody else would. That realization didn't fix everything overnight, but it gave me permission to take my first small step back toward myself. The first step in dealing with burnout is simple, but powerful. Name it. Say it out loud. I am burned out. I am overwhelmed. I am not okay right now. This is not weakness. This is not failure. This is honesty. When you name your burnout, you stop fighting shadows. You stop pretending everything's fine. You give yourself permission to seek change. So, if you can, right now, whisper it even softly. I'm tired, and I deserve to heal. One of burnout's strongest weapons is guilt. The belief that taking care of yourself is selfish. But think about this. If your phone battery's at 1%, you don't blame the phone. You plug it in, you charge Italiano, you let it rest. You don't say, how dare you need power. You understand that a device cannot function without energy. You are the same. You cannot show up for your family, your work, or yourself if you're running on empty. Taking time to rest, to breathe, to heal is not indulgent. It's responsible. It's wise. It's an act of love, both for yourself and for everyone you care about. Repeat this with me in your mind. Rest is not selfish. Rest is necessary. When you're burned out, big changes can feel impossible. Take a month off. Quit your job. Move to another city. Those might not be realistic for you right now, and that's okay. So instead, we start small. We start with micro-recharge moments. Tiny pockets of time where you let your nervous system breathe again. Examples: 3 minutes of deep breathing before you open your email. 5 minutes sitting in silence in your car before you go into the house. A 10-minute walk without your phone. Drinking a full glass of water slowly, without multitasking. Placing your hand on your chest and simply saying, "I'm doing my best." These moments don't seem like much, but they send your brain a new message. I matter, too. Over days and weeks, these small practices begin to refill your tank. Burnout thrives where there are no boundaries. When you say yes to everything. When you answer messages at all hours. When you carry problems that are not yours to carry alone. It might be time to redraw your lines. Ask yourself, what can I say no to this week? Where can I be honest and say, I need help? What is one responsibility I can delegate, postpone, or simplify? This doesn't mean abandoning your duties. It means making them sustainable. You are not a machine. You are a human being with limits. And acknowledging your limits is not failure. It's maturity. Burnout not only drains your energy, it also disconnects you from joy. Things you used to love feel pointless. So I want you to think back, before the deadlines, before the constant rush, before you were this tired. What made you feel alive? Was it painting, gardening, reading a book, in the sun, listening to music with your eyes closed, going for a quiet walk at sunset, cooking something slow and simple? Choose one of those, just one, and bring it back into your week. Not as a luxury, as medicine. Even 15 minutes can remind your heart that life is more than work, pressure, and responsibility. When I finally admitted to myself that I was burned out, I was scared. Scared to slow down, scared to disappoint people. Scared that if I stopped pushing so hard, everything would fall apart. But something surprising happened. The more I rested, the more clearly I could think. The more boundaries I set, the more present I could be with the people I loved. The more I honored my limits, the more energy I had for the things that actually mattered. I didn't become lazy. I became aligned. I started ending my workday at a consistent time. I protected one small part of the day, just for me. Even if it was just a walk, I began saying, I can't do that right now, without apologizing for existing. And slowly, the color returned to my life. Not all at once, but step by step. If you're listening to this and feeling seen, if you're nodding along thinking, then ask me, I want to say this very clearly. You are not broken. You are not lazy. You are not a failure. You are tired. You have carried a lot. You have been strong for a very long time. And it's okay to put some of that weight down. You don't have to wait for a crisis. You don't have to hit rock bottom. You can choose today to start treating your energy like it matters. Because it does. You matter. Before this video ends, I want you to decide on one small action you will take in the next 24 hours to support your own healing from burnout. Just one. Will you go to bed 30 minutes earlier? Will you take a 10-minute walk alone? Will you turn your phone off during dinner? Will you say no to one extra task this week? Will you schedule a real conversation with someone you trust? And say, I'm exhausted. Write it down. Say it out loud. Make it real. Your life does not change through wishful thinking. It changes through intentional, gentle, consistent action. If this episode spoke to you, if you felt understood, please don't just click away and forget about it. Share this video with someone you know who might also be burned out but too afraid to admit it. Sometimes, one honest message can be the first step toward healing. And if you're ready to keep growing, to keep breaking through the barriers that are holding you back, subscribe to Inspire Change today. This is only episode 2 of our series, Breaking Through Life's Barriers, Overcoming Obstacles to Live Your Best Life. We have many more conversations ahead about fear, purpose, self-worth, resilience, and living a life that actually feels like yours again. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and remember, it's not too late to recharge. It's not too late to heal. It's not too late to start living with energy, intention, and hope. I'm Kai. Thank you for being here. Take care of your heart, and I'll see you in the next episode.